Halloween has come and went, and one of the biggest questions I get this time of year is, what do I do with my leaves? Do I mulch them, or do I blow them off my property? In this video, we'll take a look at some benefits of mulching leaves and look at some potential problems you may run into if you let these leaves pile up. But first, if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. Some of the benefits of mulching leaves includes free fertilizer. Everyone wants free, and fertilizer is no different. I've heard some people say that mulching leaves in the fall is equivalent to one fertilizer application. It's going to be organic, it's going to get down into the soil. Healthy soil means greener lawns. A study done by the Michigan State University shows that mulching leaves in the fall can reduce dandelion problems by up to 60% the following spring. And you don't want to take care of those with chemicals? Mulching can be a great option for you. And last but not least, mulching leaves is a lot faster than raking or blowing. With all those benefits, most of you are saying this is a no-brainer. I'm going to mulch my leaves. But like anything we do, it's not what we do, but how and when we do it. So to answer the question, do I mulch leaves or blow them? The answer is both. Before we go any further, I know you guys are sick of mowing, you're putting those mowers away for the year, but whatever you decide to do with your leaves could potentially be detrimental to your turf. First, we'll have to assess what we're dealing with. If you got a few small maples out front, you can probably mulch those. If you have a lot of oak trees out back like I do, mulching might not be the best option. The benefits of mulching leaves absolutely has to outweigh the potential harm you can cause your turf. We've had over 12 inches of rain through September and October here in Northwest Ohio. Things are really wet, and you guys know that regardless if you're changing directions each time you're out, if you're on your turf that much, you open up the possibility of getting ruts in your lawn. Another thing to consider, and this is going to depend on if your city or township offers a leaf collection, is how often can you get your leaves off the turf. I complain about the city scalping the islands down there, but they do a great job of coming around and collecting these leaves. But if your city or township doesn't offer that, you're probably going to need to mulch or burn those. If those are your only two options, go ahead and mulch. We want that organic matter into the soil and not going up in smoke. So when mulching, there's a few things that have to happen. You have to get these leaves chopped up to the size of a dime, and I'm not sure of any residential mower that can get these leaves chopped up in one pass. So you're going to be doing multiple passes throughout the month of November. And raising the mower deck to about 3 inches is going to prevent those leaves from getting clogged up in the mower. 4 years ago, I decided I was going to mulch all the leaves for that free fertilizer. I was out 3 or 4 times a week. But by the end of November, the wheel marks had worn so bad, I had a lot of damage to the turf and problems the following spring. A problem I have with all these oak trees back here is when I mulched, it was so thick the following spring, that thick layer of mulch prevented the soil temps from raising up, so I had a late green up back here, which actually reminds me, in my last video, I told you guys I put the double dark here and the Milo over here. I was looking for a stake to divide that to compare the two. For some reason, I wasn't able to find that. I was doing some digging around and actually found this meat thermometer. If you have a lot of oak trees out back like I do, mulching might not be the best option. So I'm actually curious to see what the soil temps are the second week in November. And we're right around 53. We should be close to 165 degrees on the Mexican smoked lasagna. Are you kidding me? 4 years ago, I decided I was going to mulch my leaves all fall. I'm actually laughing because the kids are out there yelling. You guys aren't gonna hear this during editing. Another thing to consider, and this will depend on if your city or township offers a leaf collection, is how often can you get your leaves off your property. I complain about I did say I do both mulching and blowing my leaves. 4 years ago, I decided I was gonna mulch all fall. Another thing to consider is how often can the leaves get removed from your property. And this is gonna depend on if your leaves in the fall can reduce dandelion problems by up to 60% the following spring. So if dandelions are something that you deal with and in order to help the leaves get chopped up, you're gonna wanna set your mower deck to about 3 inches. Who would have thought you would need PPE when you're YouTubing? But anyway, timing is everything. Timing is everything. You guys need to pay attention to the weather forecast coming up. You don't want these leaves piling up and then we have days and days of rain. What happens then is they get matted down and it's going to do damage to your turf. Even though the temps are cooler, we have daytime sun, and that's going to do wonders to your turf this time of year. One thing I noticed over the years, the top 5 lawns in this neighborhood, owners are out on their property taking care of those leaves often. I did say I do both. So what I'll do, the leaves back here, there's not too many. So I'm gonna mow today. I'll mulch those up. But going forward, back here, I'm just gonna blow all these. For whatever reason, oak trees only lose about 70% of their leaves in the fall. So in the spring, the rest of the leaves will drop, so I'll mulch those leaves at that time. So a few thoughts before we wrap it up here. If you don't have an established turf, meaning if you have 20 to 30% bare spots or weeds in your lawn, go ahead and mulch, but remember that you could put ruts in your lawn that could damage your turf. And too much mulch will prevent the soil temps from raising in the spring, so you'll have a later green up, which really isn't a big deal. If you see me like catching myself when I'm doing these videos, that's what it's all about. There's a lot of noise back here. We've got US 24 running through there. We've got people blowing their leaves. We have people out here watching me YouTube. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Stay on top of those leaves. It's gonna make a big difference in the spring. And we'll see you next time.